Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today in top 10 ranked Mythic Standard, pretty high up there, we are running some Esper Mill built around Singularity Rupture. 3 blue, black, and a black for a rare sorcery, destroy all creatures, so it's a nice sweeper, plus then any number of target players, each mill half their library rounded down. Then you can follow up with the River Churn Monument and mill them out for the remainder of their deck. So that is essentially the combo. It is a control deck with a very obvious win con, as opposed to the blue-white control deck I played a couple days ago, where you have to like nickel and dime them with the 6-mana Flash Whale and some creature lands. Like, this is very obvious. We mill them out, and then we River Churn Monument the rest of the way. You can also do it with the Jador Aristocratic Capital in the mana base. So yeah, that's roughly what we're doing. The rest is just control stuff. We got 4 Star Cages and 2 Ultimas. I know they don't always play well together, but I think you have to have Ultima for the 18% today of the meta. That's Jeskai artifacts. And Star Cage is just so good against everything else. And we have Day of Judgment and Rupture to fill out the other sides of things. Mono Red is getting bigger and bigger in the meta as a percentage. So I'm also running a single consoles and 2 bases, which I might not run otherwise without that. Without Mono Red at all, I'd probably just run like Day of Judgment. And then Consult the Star Charts has just been exceptional. It's just such a good dig spell. Very, very happy with it. I'll also note that I'm running 2 Mysterized Villages in a mana base. This is, I think, very essential. It auto wins you some matchups if your opponent cannot Demolition Field it away, versus like the Azorius control matchup. They just can't counter your mill and you just win. Like, there's no other way around it. So I like this card a lot in the mana base. And yeah, we'll play some games of Magic the Gathering. I'm not running any of the Space-Time Anomaly. Not sure I want it. I think I just want more Day Judgments and stuff to stabilize until we hit our big turn. And this card obviously gets worse if your opponent is able to hit you over the head a couple times. So yeah, we're going to run without that and even shoot the Sheriff. I don't think we need any black cards in the deck besides the Rupture, and that allows us to make a bit cleaner of a mana base. So here we go. Top 10 ranked Mythic Standard. Comments from yesterday's video were pretty funny. I guess I'll have to read some of them, right? I do have a couple updates for the Dr. Ruckus Love Island saga. If you didn't enjoy the content, just know it won't continue forever. That was kind of a random thing that happened. I just walked in and it was immediately on my mind because it had just happened. So very stream of consciousness. And I think 99% of people found it funny. If it was offensive to you, the 1%, I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't really make everyone happy, and it was just kind of stream of consciousness. So whatever, it is what it is. I guess I'll read some of your comments. I don't know, man. I guess just if you haven't seen yesterday's episode of Dr. Ruckus Love Island, basically like this girl like kind of stalked me back to my apartment from Froyo. And then she was good looking and she was very nice, and she asked for my Instagram, and I was like, okay. And then I asked her out to dinner. It's like, we have a date tonight at 7. But the whole situation was weird because I wasn't sure if she lived in the apartment building complex or not. You go first. Looks okay to me. That was like the big thing. My assumption was that she left Froyo and I left Froyo around the same time. And maybe she like saw me, going to the building and was like, oh, I just saw this guy in Froyo. I live in the same building complex. Let me go up and say hi. Like, that was what I thought was happening at the beginning. It's mono green. Yeah, we'll get down the Painland. I think it's fine. But then after the whole interaction, she then left the building. She didn't go to her apartment. She then left the complex. And so then I was like, did she just follow me all the way in here? Yeah, we can do one more fast land. It's fine. Star Cage away. Busted and broken. I did play a person who main decked the Archmage's Charm. I still ended up winning, but it was green, green, green to exile target artifact, and they killed the Star Cage. It was not enough to win, but I was scared because I got back at Tifa and I was like, that's not great. Let's see if any other creatures come in. No. So we could 3 steps ahead copy the Star Cage, right? I haven't done that before. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Seems decent, right? Especially if they play anything else here. Okay. Do we need to do anything now? I guess we could counter that and hold on to 3 steps ahead. Take a little damage. I think that's okay with me. I've never done the copy the artifact trick, and I'm pretty excited to do it. So hopefully we get to show it off here. And it's Tommy from Rugrats, which is such a throwback. All right, cool. Yeah, we can't even get under with Beza for like a card. So I still want to try this trick. I want to see like another creature hit the battlefield pre-combat. Not that one though. Counter, draw 2, discard. I think that's where we're at here. Should not need pain lands at this point. Land is a 4/4. Another land. That's a lot of land. Okay. Well, technically we could counterspell and copy this turn if we have one more mana open, so I guess we won't get down the pain land here. Still chillin', still chillin'. We want to take the draw discard. It's a lot of land in hand. Okay. Yeah, I guess we could counter this again. And then draw discard again. Or we can do the big thing, right? Which I'm excited to do anyway. Let's do it. Let's copy the Star Cage. I've never seen this done before. Okay. Cool. We got to do the thing. Well, they didn't let us resolve, but like, I don't know. I thought that'd be a cool combo to pull off at some point. Still ranked 10 Mythic. So, yeah, that was the kind of the whole crux of the thing was like, I thought she just walked in with me, but then after it became apparent that no, she actually followed me all the way from the Froyo place to my apartment building. And if the shoes were reversed, this would be like widely unacceptable, right? If it was I, like a man, following a woman into her apartment building, yeah, that obviously would not fly. So it's only like kind of cute and funny in the way I tell it because she happens to be a girl and like whatever, the girls are not generally the perpetrators of violence like that. When it goes first, we got the Star Cage and a whole bunch of sweepers. Cool. So whatever. So that's the backdrop. And so I can read some comments and then I'll give some updates on the saga. Opponent is mono red. We have Star Cage, I guess. And a lot of sweepers. We'd love some life gain. We'd love an authority to the consoles. I don't think I want the next pain land. It gets us to sweepers. But we have consult next turn anyway. So some of the comments are like classic MTG YouTuber problems. This one's really nice. Oh, mono red do nothing. That's not good. I mean, I'd much rather see creatures than burn. I think we'll still consult here. We want the land. Usually I try to save it for turn 4 if we can. But I'm not digging how this looks. Double red, no creatures. Okay, claw finally comes down. That's really late. So, I mean, that means the hand is all burn, right? Which, again, I'm not a huge fan of here. Let's just keep hitting land. Sure. They could be like Hidutsugu. Second right, you know? Down to 19. I'm so sussed out by this. Turn 3, do nothing, just play a Hard Claw. Anyway, this comment was very nice by JBW6351. LMFAO, I love this guy. Such a breath of fresh air from other MTG content creators or YouTube content creators in general. Nemesis to the face. But we get to Day of Judgment or get lost. It's kind of an interesting choice. Get lost is bad because they get the map token value, but they've played no creatures the whole time, right? So maybe we can actually get away with that. We could technically consult here for an untapped land. But we want to leave white open, which can be colorless. No, you have to be white, actually. Let's see if we can hit an untapped land that's not painful. Yeah, kinda, but it's not the right one. I think we're doing this now to shut off the... I mean, your hand's got to just be all shocks, right? So if they have a creature, unfortunately, they can use the map tokens, but they've shown us basically no creatures the whole game. And yeah, they continue to have none. We have no ability to draw, though. So this is also not perfect from our standpoint. And I think we're just firing off Singularity Rupture when we can. Yeah, dude's got nothing. Yeah, I think we're good to fire it off, I guess. And hope they don't have a squee, right? Fugitive Codebreaker. They do have plenty of creatures. They have a lot of pump spells, though. Okay, so their hand could be all pump spells. They could go single creature and annihilate us in one turn. But I don't know if they're going to have it. Alright, they're finally ready to go. Burst Lightning face down to 10. If they have the Hadutsugu second right, we do just lose next turn as well. Nope, Bolt Wave down to 7. They're going for the kill. We need to hit our mill thing or a counterspell right now. Double blue and white open. Probably need the counterspell. We can't play Beza unless we take the Pain Land, which I don't really want to do. I think we'll take the counter and the consult. Ooh, there it is. Okay, so if we live one more turn, we do win. So we only need to counter whatever's going to get us from 7 to 0 here. Definitely could lose right here. It's going to be close. Okay, that's almost all their mana, right? So we'll counter this. They can actually upkeep, stop, kill us. Do they have enough mana for that? 6 mana. Lightning Strike, anything. I wonder if that's worth playing around. I don't actually know. If we pass to our turn, we could top deck a counterspell, you know? It has to be Lightning Strike, something else, right? Yeah, I guess we'll just do it now. Because we don't have a counter. We could hope to draw a counter, and then, oh, I guess they didn't set an upkeep stop. You should be able to, right? They should have been able to set an upkeep stop. I guess they didn't have lethal, I'm not sure. If we had a counter, maybe we could have waited, and then if they ever try to put Lightning Strike on the stack, then we put our thing on the stack. I also forget if our thing is at sorcery speed. It could have been sorcery speed too. Maybe that was all unnecessary. That card might actually definitely be sorcery speed. Luciano Armani says, wait until she sees all the cool cards you play with. You'll need to file a restraining order. Yeah, Magic the Gathering tends not to be very good with getting dates. I think there's like a ranking system of the 15 most unattractive hobbies a guy can have, and Magic is pretty consistently like number 1. So I generally try not to lead with that. On the draw, looks pretty good. Consult's so good. Whatever. I want to find some of the funny comments. They're not all at the top, though. I can't read that one. That one's inappropriate. Oh, I love this one. Philip SPC says, she clearly just wants to know how to take the top best of 3 meta decks and modify them for best 1. That's probably my favorite comment. Yeah. Authority of the Consuls. Okay. What do you think they are? Probably don't care about damage too much. Get this down. Okay, let's... We could start River Churn Monumenting. We want to save Star Charts for later. They could counter the first one. And then our new plan is just to chill. until we get the uncounterable land. Okay, so it is blue-white control. It could have been artifacts. So now we do not burn the next monument. Oh, it is artifacts. They happen to run no more lives. You lucky duck. Okay. So now we want to stock up here, I guess. And we're just looking to go find Ultima. I can't believe he had that. Ultima. Never didn't have it. One more land would be nice. We'll go survey land, I guess. And then shock in the Star Cage. That was very surprising. I did not see that coming. Red also. Okay, so we don't fully know what they're doing. This could just be a splash of red for 3 mana open. Interesting. We could shock in one of these and hold the star charts. But now I guess we're in the same position. We want to collect a lot of land and get to the whatever misrise land that is uncounterable. So we need 8 lands total. 2 to pay for the misrise and then 6 to pay for all the other stuff. And then we can find game. Battlefront. Alright, that's okay. We do have Ultima lined up. Synth and empty Star Cage. All this is just fine. Yep. Yep. To the top. Okay. And they station up. Cool. Down to 13. We're getting low. Probably wants the stock up at least. We have 2 lands in hand. And the counterspells may be fine too. Okay, another shock land. Got Ultima though. 1 card in hand, 2 on top though. Battlefront's one of the cards on top. Okay. Let's see how big they hit. If it's not a synth, we're okay. If it's a synth, then we have more pressure to deal with. It's not a synth. This is good. They can take the turn off to net and draw a whole bunch of cards next turn. Okay, we're looking for land here, I guess. We could land to get the monument down. Assuming they don't have one more counterspell. Let's see what we hit here first, I guess. Next monument isn't bad. Next land will let us hold a counterspell. Which is maybe worth it, I guess. We have everything else we need, right? Yeah, I guess that's fine. We'll take this. So we can hold 3 steps here. Maybe bin Beza? We like everything else for the most part. Double monuments in case, okay, we don't need to counter that. So they're not doing the big net thing, which I thought they would do. I guess they want to develop more artifacts first. If they don't play this last card, it's pretty suspect, right? So it's got to be a counterspell then. So that means we're actually digging for more lands. I think we can bin... We only need 1 counterspell really to win this game, I think. So I think it's this. We could Star Cage away the bricks, because that'll reduce their net draw for a little while. I don't think we need the next Star Cage, but 1 could be okay here. But I think we have to assume that last card is a counterspell. Okay, that's good. Good-ish. We can also probably get down a single monument here. I think that's going to be fine. And just slowly mill them out too. We might not need to resolve a 6-mana Rupture through a counterspell. Alright, they leave that. We'll go ahead and hit our land for turn. Okay. Do we want to hold the counter this turn, or we just want to dig? I think we still hold the counter. Next land is okay, but we want the uncounterable land, I guess, at this point. We don't know if they run, we have to imagine they run 3 steps ahead as well. Snare, take the monument. Yeah, we could fight over that, I guess. We think the last one's a counterspell, right? So if we get it out of their hand, we're actually pretty happy. If we instead just make a copy of the artifact, that's even better, right? Because now if we Ultima, we'll get back, we'll get back something. They can take the token. Ah, okay. Yeah, they should take the token then, right? They take the original. All right, I think that was a mistake. All right, last card is one more net. Interesting. So we're looking for Ultima. We could absolutely just hit it here off the console. Because they have us locked down. We should have priority after playing this, right? They'll draw 2 and then 4. I think we can probably just go for the kill here. And then Monument next turn. And I think we should just be able to play Monument and then pay 4 and tap it immediately before they get priority. Last card was not a counterspell. I thought it would be. I guess it was not. Anyway, so updates on the drama. So whatever. She stalks me. She's nice. Friendly conversation. She asks for my Instagram. I give her the Instagram. I ask her if she wants to go to dinner. So we're doing dinner at 7 p.m. I get her Instagram. I follow her. And yeah, the two bad things are that she does not live in the complex. I verified it. I asked her later over message, and she was like, "No, I don't live here. I just followed you." I was like, "That's not very good." And then to get to my apartment, she also had to like zigzag a little bit. It was only like 2 or 3 blocks away, but it was like a very obvious following. So those are points against her. But I will say points for her. From what little I can tell on the Instagram, she does seem like a very healthy individual. All her posts are like she's like running at 4 a.m. She's on some like running team. She posts lots of like healthy food. Like it doesn't really strike me as the type of person to I don't know, be super negative. Anyway, I'll be keeping my guard up and I'll be sharing my location with lots of people, and we're gonna go to a very public place, and I'm not really worried about it, but it is a bit silly of a story. I think the weirder thing is like what would drive that behavior. Star Cage and opening hand. I like that. You know, we'll want it eventually. We're in no rush at all. We're going to Star Cage. I honestly don't think we need this card right now. We'll find our way to it later. Okay. Sure. Rank 8 Mythic. I think the more interesting question is, yeah, what would drive this type of behavior? Because following someone back to their apartment is very specific, like, especially for a woman. Like, unfortunately, guys probably do that all the time, but it's like pretty weird for a woman to do it, I think. Because in general, women, especially good-looking women, have lots of options all the time. People are hitting on women all the time. On dating apps, you can get plenty of matches on dating apps or whatever. So it's not really a big incentive, I would think, to like go out of your way to try to meet some guy. We're on the draw with Stock Up and Get Lost and Beza. We don't have double white yet. Hopefully it's okay. And then like, I think the open question, which I think I have an answer to, is since she knows absolutely nothing about me, 4th land, it doesn't fix our no white problem, right? So she doesn't know anything about me. and she only saw me at Froyo. I think we kill that immediately, right? And not try to get cute through Snakeskin Veil. The only thing she knows about me, she saw me order Froyo, and she knows I have a big hole in my pants. By the way, which I have that here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that on camera. Do you guys see this hole? It's a big hole. Chocobo. Dejoin's nice, so I think we're just stocking up. We want the untapped land for sure. I don't know if we need authority. Probably just the counterspell will be decent to have. To fill out our hand a bit. Yeah, I think that's okay. The next land is also not bad. We'll go Day of Judgment. They'll play something. And then we'll Beza, I guess. We're just looking for the next sweeper. I think actually both lands could be good here. Just try to get up to 6 mana sweeper after the 4 mana sweeper. Chocobo. Through the face. No problem. Okay. Double white down to 15. Take the sweep. They play more creatures and they don't use the map tokens. We can Star Cage the map tokens as well. Anyway, yeah, like, you can't tell anything from me, so, like, what did she see that was, like, worth letting me stalk this guy back to the apartment? And that's, I think, where the more telling bit comes in. Because the reality is, like, I'm not good-looking enough. I'm not Henry Cavill, right? If Henry Cavill is getting Froyo, yeah, I might stalk him back to his apartment, too, and try to get his Instagram. But, yeah, that's not going to be the case with me. So I go Star Cage plus a tap land here, I guess. I don't think we play around with Beza. Yeah, this is all fine with me. So unfortunately, I think that means... Unfortunately, the most like realistic outcome, I was thinking about this last night, is that probably she saw me, and unfortunately, she probably just thinks I'm rich because I'm white, right? Like, I think that's really the most likely thing that happened. Because I'm not ugly, but I'm not good looking enough to stalk, really, you know? Doesn't matter what we do here, right? We'll sweep next turn and then Monument. They could technically, like, kill the Monument somehow, so we'll just keep it in hand. And I haven't ever cast a spell before. Half their library rounded down. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll Monument and double that up. Oh, we can cast the land back too? That's sick. I did not know you could do that. That's awesome. That makes sense, but I didn't really think about that. Yeah. So unfortunately, I think that's probably the most realistic reason. Like, I can't imagine another reason. Stalking is such like a... I'm using... It's stalking. Like, following me out. It's just such a specific behavior that you really have to be highly incentivized to do that. And I'm not good looking enough to stalk back to my apartment. So probably there has to be an ulterior motive, and it is probably money, unfortunately. But I don't know if it's like she can't pay the rent and wants me to pay the rent, or like, oh, she actually is looking for a long-term relationship with someone, but would prefer it be someone who she thinks has money and she thinks I have money, and so maybe I'm a good candidate for that. I don't really know. But I think that's probably the most likely outcome. The only thing is, yeah, her Instagram looks super nice. She looks like a really nice person with, like, you know, at least values health and fitness and discipline and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But dinner at 7 p.m. is the plan in a public place tonight. We'll see what goes. What goes first? You know, I don't love this hand. Josh Murph, what are you running? We have nothing till turn 4. It's a lot of pain land damage. But we have double Beza and Ultima. And a counterspell. I might keep it. We'll see if we get run over here. It is mono red. We might get run over here. Double Beza has got to carry the team. Okay. Surveil. Don't think we necessarily need that. It does get us up to Ultima. I think double base is enough for a while, though. Anyway, I think that's enough for my dating escapades. I think we can talk about Magic again. Challenger to the face. We still have no interaction. It's another tap land. Gosh, is it worth trying to dupe them? Probably not. Probably not. This could be our first... I think this is our first L of the day, maybe. We did keep a sus hand. We have no stick either. They could just go full ham. They go shock instead. It's still a lot of damage. And we're still another turn away from Ultima. It's a sus hand to keep. But, you know, if 18% of the meta is Jeskai, it's okay. We had Ultimate starting hand and a counterspell. Not everyone's super fast, you know. But maybe should have been mulligan on the draw. We're also going to have to shock in this last land here, which might also spell lethal. That looks like lethal to me, yeah. I mean, we can try to counter this. I mean, we have to. There's no other option. We'll take 6 off the prowess. And then, we'll see if they have anything else here. Burst Lightning face. Take 8. That is game. Okay. I mean, that's our bad for not mulliganing that hand. It's a bad... Probably a bad mulligan decision. Back to 10. Yeah, I think so. Even again, I mean, mono green's the most played deck, right? Besides Jeskai artifacts. So even if it was mono green, it's probably too slow. We probably need a Star Cage or a counterspell or something in the opening hand. I think that was just a bad mulligan decision. Getting hot. Ow. Oh, I just hurt my back. Quiet Sketch says, as an Argentinian guy, I say run, but then another Argentinian guy says go for it. That's pretty funny. It's a trap. Okay, this time we're on the draw, but we have no more lies and Star Cage. And double white, so this is a vastly better opening hand from us. Miner, yeah, you really want the Star Cage versus this matchup. Who's the most tap land of them all? I guess we could keep... No, we don't need Jador because we already have the Rupture. So we could get you down first. Gives away the bit, but that's okay. And then starting town and then Verge. Definitely gonna want that turn 3 Star Cage. Do we need to take the pain land damage? Maybe not. Maybe we actually do not need to take the pain land damage here. Ideally, we counter like a Sephiroth. And then go into the Star Cage. Nope, you can stay. We're ready for you. We do get the Surveil off, but that's alright. And unfortunately, if they have like a Duress to pair with the Miner, that'd be the worst outcome here. Because they could take the Star Cage right now. So they actually could sack their entire board. In mono black. No, we want the miners to go, right? So I think we do this so they can't put the miner in the grave. Alright, you can be double white. You can be Star Cage. Cool. Land nothing. We're gonna 3 steps ahead. Draw discard probably. Just start digging. Just start digging. We could also save it for the next Star Cage copy, but I don't think we need that. We like land. I think Get Lost could go. Can probably deal with everything else, right? That's a really good pickup. Tapped is fine. Consult, look for the frog machine. Alright, opponent is basically good gamed. Frog Machine. And I don't know. Doesn't matter, actually. Stock up, maybe? I don't know. Half Library. No Starcage answer. Starcage's too good. I really think it's too good not to run. I know it's awkward with Ultima, but every time I try to build a deck with like Split Up and Authority of the Consoles, I can't. I always try it out, and then I'm like, I just don't like it. I think Starcage is just too good not to run. Double blue is open. And the scoop button is imminent. Back to 8, that's nice. I'll try to see if we can end the day a little higher. Not to Marin, who says, from all the MTG creators, I've been waiting for your upload and you post a banger. Please do more like these if possible. It's highly dependent on who stumbles into my life. That was a pretty rare thing to happen, I think. Neil SC says, this is the content I did not know I wanted, but I do. Someone at Rodney Jason asks, was 1854 a lightning strike with a DBD reference? I don't know what that means. Roll on the play, double counterspell is okay. Cool Awesome says, came for thick Latina, stayed for mono red. A lot of the other comments are the opposite. Did not want to come for mono red, but story made it tolerable. Like this one. PQ Stream says, the title is the only way you could have got me to watch mono red gameplay. Did you end up moving to Argentina? You have to try mate if you haven't already. No, I'm in Mexico. But there are a lot of Argentinians in Mexico. And I have yet to try mate. But it's on my like slow to-do list, I guess. I would like to, but it hasn't happened yet. Thank you, brother, for making mono red video tolerable. You're welcome. The monument this early. We don't know what they are. We have a pretty good hand. It's a dead... I think I'll keep this one. If our hand sucked, I might throw it away. But as it stands... No more lies there. 2-drop. I might get this down here. Base is not a bad stabilizing force for a while. Okay, it's Boros Aggro. I regret not holding the counter there. Should probably be pretty safe to hold no more lies this turn. I guess we could start milling, although it's not a huge deal to do that. No, absolutely not. I can attack into a smite that we don't have. Okay, that's fine. Boros Charm. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough matchup. This is going to be probably our toughest matchup. We probably want to wait on the Beza. If we can. Copying the Beza could be an interesting way to get back life, too. I think we're just countering everything we can here. It might be nice to keep the creatures, except that our tokens can't block the flyers anyway. Shock Face, what else you got? Yeah, I think maybe we'll play Beza and we'll try to copy it to get even more life gain. I think that could be a good tactic here. Full bore. It's a lot of damage. 8. Ow. Okay. Probably firing this off here. I think we lose the monument, but that's okay. We could get it back if we needed to. Or we can Beza this turn. That's the other option. I think we do Starcage. think it is this. Four to face. I feel like we're gonna lose either way. 3 to face. Go to 1. Not actually dead yet. Go to 5. Okay. And then it's 4 mana to copy, plus 2 to draw discard. Or we probably should save it to counter 3 to face. Oh, it passed to us. Okay. I don't think we're attacking, but we're also probably going to counter. I mean, this is not how we're going to win, I don't think. Claw. Could probably leave that, right? If we counter the Beza, we just get 4 life. I think we assume that last card is nothing. I think we do the copy and the draw discard here. Do we have enough mana for that? We don't, do we? 4 has, yeah, we do. We 6. We'll see. If they just have shock, then they just win here. And they have 6, so they must, I guess. I guess they could have like Opera Love Song or something. Another Beza, look at that. We actually might... No, we don't need the double black, really. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will need that to cast the big... We get the trigger, right? Okay, we're up to 6 now, with actually 1 more Beza in hand. 4 mana for Consult. Okay. No attacks. And here? There's a chance we could win this? Land? Dude's stalling out. You want to attack? No, I don't want to. Okay. Kick for 4. Authority's pretty good. And the next counterspell, draw discard, plus copy again, I think is honestly pretty good. Just get us out of burn range, I think is one of the best things we can do. We could dig for our win cons, but ultimately I think this combo is very good. So again, we'll go 6 total to copy and then draw discard. Looks like we'll actually get out of this. Yeah, he's flooding out. He's probably not super happy about that. Okay, up to 10. Very nice. Opponent is still thinking. What is in their hand? Next monument is good here, I guess. 12 down there. At least moves us in the right direction, I guess. Nope. Okay. I think we hold the Beza in case they Witchstalker Frenzy, but I don't know if they actually run that card. Maybe we will chill here. I'll have to look at their list and see. Nope, don't do that. I don't know if Boros Burn runs anything that would get through this guy. Bolt Wave. Oh, they have this dragon thingy that's pretty big. They could have 3 of those flying dragons. That could be an issue. Okay, 14 down there, 36 in deck. Alright. We can actually Star Cage and do what? That's a little excessive, I think. Oh, for each card. Yeah, maybe we could do that, actually. Another monument, mill twice as fast. I think that's maybe better. It's a slow route. He might be done here. Or he has lethal off of something in hand? 2 kicked burst lightnings or something? We can mill him out for both monuments there, I guess. 20 and then 40. Okay, I think we got one more game in us today. See if we can sneak up to rank 7 Mythic. So far, the red decks have definitely been our toughest matchup. And yeah, the Beza and the consoles have been good. We did not mulligan that one game very well. All right, last game of the day. We'll see what we can get. Yeah, this is 1-2 YSS. Yeah, I won't read that one. Okay, on the play, sure, it's okay. We got consoles down. Opponent is on VV here. We'll see if they're actually, is it? Mono black, Star Cage in hand. I guess even if they play a bat, we're okay here, right? We can either Star Cage it away or get lost it. But they can't take both. Momentum Breaker, discard a card. Not sure we need the Star Cage. We don't really know yet. I'm gonna keep the lens. Don't really know. They could be Pixies without whites. They could be Orzhov Pixies. Not true mono black. This thing's hard to target. I guess we could target it and kill it. I almost just want to draw a discard into like a sweeper instead. I think we just leave this. Okay. We have all our blacks. We don't need this guy. Little Monument's interesting. Discard a card. Little Monument's actually not great. Another discard effect. We really want that sweeper badly. There's nothing we can do about that. Are we taking this much damage per turn? I mean, we need one of our 8 sweepers. I think I'm going to take it this turn. I don't think I'm super interested in discarding that land yet. Still hit like Ultima or something. No more lies. Probably late for you, boss. We could discard the monument, maybe. It's looking awkward, though. We need that sweeper ASAP. We need a sweeper or a draw effect on the next couple cards. Take 8 is a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think we're taking 8. So this will be a huge stock up turn to hit, because we're about running out of time. Bandit's Talent on top, true discard. Okay. 3 turn clock. That's not bad. Draw a card and get life. Pretty good top deck. That is great. Okay, home stretch. We need one more land, and we hope they don't have us discard. Which they probably will, if we're being honest. Okay. Creature gone. Not a discard spell. Land off the top would be crazy right now. 5 to the face. We're up to 19 though. That's not so bad. Okay. Land off the top. Come on, baby. Untapped land off the top. Duress is gone. It's an untapped land off the top. You can mill. Whew. Oh my gosh. What do these cards do? I don't think they do anything, hopefully. The question is, can they exile their own graveyard? Nope, that doesn't do it. Treasure token, Mysterious Abrade, red mana coming through. No. Is this sorcery? No, I'm not sure that it is. Doesn't say it's sorcery. No, okay. Alright, well that'll wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is my take on Esper Mill. I was very happy with it. Obviously we had a very good day today. I think the only loss we had was to the poor mulligan, where I kept like double Beza and like stock up and nothing to do for the first 4 turns on the first 4 turns on the draw. That's probably a mistake. Otherwise we did well. I did not feel like I missed the 4 mana mill card in the middle. And I don't remember if we faced the mirror or not. I feel like we didn't face the mirror or the Azorius control deck. Which would have been a bit more interesting. Then we would see the Mistrise Village stuff come into play. But yeah, I didn't miss Space-Time Anomaly. We just ran a whole bunch of sweepers, 4 Star Cage, 2 Ultimas, 2 Ruptures, and then 2 Day of Judgments, plus 2 Bazes, and the consoles. Really shores up a lot of weaknesses, a couple counter spells, and then stock up and console is just a really good dig spell. And only 3 monuments. I don't think you need all 4. It's a dead card early, as you saw in a lot of games, and you really just want to find your way to it in the late game with like star charts or stock up, but you don't have to have it early. You could even cut it down to 2. I was just worried in the mirror, if they mill out all our copies of Monument, then we're pretty sad. That's the only reason I put 3. Otherwise, I think 2 is just fine. It's a late game card. You have such good digging tools. You don't need that many in the deck. So yeah, we'll call it there. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.